Hey, it's Jeff Howard, and we're here today to talk about 4 things that I learned in the writer's room for The Haunting of Hill House. Right off the top, I just want to say The Haunting of Hill House was not just a job. It was a really special experience where 7 absolute killers came together in a room and crafted a show with a lot of heart and a lot of care and put a lot of time and attention into detail to make that thing really sing, and I feel like we really did. It's still the thing I'm most proud of today that I've ever been a part of. Still the only thing I've ever heard people talking about while I was out there just in the world. It's a real treat to have been a part of it. I really want to start by thanking the people at the top of that show, specifically the 2 showrunners, who are both magnificent and both gone on to do incredible things. What's the first thing I learned as a writer in the room for The Haunting of Hill House? It was the idea that once we started doing the actual work, titles really couldn't matter any less. About halfway through that room, the staff writer, the lowest position technically in the entire room, very sheepishly one day laid out what turned out to be the biggest twist and the biggest answer of the entire series. If you know it, I'm going to say it again now. If you don't know it, spoiler alert, but it's been 5 years, this is really on you. One day, the staff writer said, what if all the Cranes had actually been inside the Red Room already, and it was just one space that they were each experiencing differently, the house messing with them, and that idea blew our minds and made me realize forever that once you're in a room, titles don't matter. The only currency in that place is good ideas. What's my second big takeaway from being a writer in the room for The Haunting of Hill House? Sometimes there's budget concerns that are going to come along and they're going to cause cuts in your show. You can either let them become a weakness or you can figure out a way to make them be a strength. Hill House was designed to have 4 different episodes, each have a prelude to them, that would be an introduction to the residents of Hill House before the Cranes ever got there. The people who would end up becoming the ghosts of the house that we would get to know. Budgets came along, those scenes were cut and never shot, and instead what happened was, instead of an explained and understandable bunch of ghosts, we had an enigmatic, interesting, and aloof set of ghosts who were almost indecipherable, and I'm pretty sure that might have added something special to the lore of that show. What's the third thing that I learned while I was a writer in the room for The Haunting of Hill House? It's that the life of writers might not be the glamorous Hollywood version that we all dreamed, but it's still pretty special. A writer who I really admired, who wrote a genuine art house classic along with a bunch of other great horror movies and TV. I met on the very first day and I was telling him what a big fan I am, and I said, I thought the person who wrote this movie would be on the back of a yacht in Nice somewhere, just tooling around and having a really good time always. And he said, well, no, not really, but me and the wife got a little house out in Chatsworth. And that's when I thought, maybe it's not as glamorous as you thought it was when you got into it, but it really, really satisfies you, and it's really worth the work and the effort that it takes to go get that job. Promise. So what's that fourth and final sneaky little thing that I learned while I was a writer in the room for The Haunting of Hill House? Always have a little secret. Always have a little secret up in your story, stuck in your back pocket, to give everybody something to wonder about and talk about. Did that shape in that window mean anything in that final scene? I don't know. Why don't you talk about it and decide for yourself? It's part of the beauty of the whole process. Hey, thanks for being here today. If this was helpful or useful at all, if you could like and subscribe, it would really help us grow this channel. We're here to be the best free resource for screenwriting information, up-to-the-date industry information that you can find anywhere, along with the creative side. It's meant to be a free resource for everybody. We do also, though, have programs, consults, and reads that are available. There's links down in the description below. Hope to see you over there. Hope to see you here again. And really, good luck to all of us.